hello.
Hey y'all,
How's everyone doing today?
what's going on?
I need a little bit more excitement and a little bit more pep in your motherfucking step.
Listen, right now my ass is not. I'm not. I'm trying to stay here.
I need
I'm
I
trying to
need
stay attached. I'm
a
trying to
little
stay
bit more
in the
giddy up.
mix.
You got a hit, but I need some giddy up.
I mean, I'm trying to stay. I'm trying to stay mixed. I'm trying to stay. Get it all together. Um, but this is where we are today. Hey everyone, how y'all doing? What's cracking lacking? Trayvon, were you the first person in the room tonight? Hey Lola.
Yeah, he was the very first person.
What is that a first? Was he the first person? Is that the first time he's in the room for the
Yeah,
first time?
he's done it before.
Okay, okay. Well, listen, I'm glad to see him. Is your husband coming there? Is your husband coming in here, Trayvon? I mean, we like both of y'all, but I'm just trying to figure out if your husband is coming up in here. Um, but either way, we're glad to see y'all. I see Desmond and hey Grace, eccentric. What's going on? I claim the first. Okay, all right. Um, Listen, today is October 29th. We are what? 2 days away from Halloween? 2 days? 1 day? Is it tomorrow? Is Halloween tomorrow?
Halloween is on Friday.
It's on Friday. Okay. I was like, I can't remember whether it was, I never could remember whether Halloween was the 30th or the 31st. I don't know why I always got that confused.
It's always the 31st.
I just said I don't see there.
Al-
So here we
Always,
go.
always the last day of the month.
Okay, here we go.
I
All
like
right.
February, which sometimes has, it's always on the 31st of Halloween. Of
That's how we're doing it. Okay. All right.
knowledge is power. The more you know,
The more
Rainbow.
you know, shooting star. Okay. Okay. All right.
That's
Okay. All
gotcha.
right. So Um, I won't. I will not forget that.
Yeah.
I will not forget that.
No, you did not
Um,
send me the pic from Saturday, Trayvon. So I'll be awaiting.
you slacking, Trayvon. Why aren't you sending these daggone pictures? What's going on, boo?
Man, so yeah.
Come on, talk about it. Come on, come on.
I don't
This is
even
what we're here
know.
for. Because
I
listen, ladies and gentlemen, before we even get started, let me be clear. I was the first. I was not in the mood, but I'm here, and we gonna make me. I wanted to lay my ass underneath a bottle of wine, but okay. But here
and
we
I
are.
told you, did I not say you just
did.
got to say the motherfucking word?
You did, but I'm gonna push through. But we're not. But we're gonna talk about that. But come on. So come on with your feelings. You was getting ready to get into a moment. I ain't mean to cut you off. I'm sorry.
It's my feelings are a lot.
Well, come on. Let's talk about it.
There's nothing to say that hasn't been said a million and a half times. I just know, like Sam Cooke, I think it's Sam Cooke said, a change is gonna come.
Okay.
I was born by the river.
You was
Not
born or you was
Columbia,
born.
but at Columbia Hospital women. And I've been rolling or running ever
On the
since.
river.
Mhm. It's been a long time coming, but I know
A change is gonna
change
come.
is gonna come.
I get it. I gets
It's
it.
been
I
too
gets
hard living,
it.
but I'm afraid to die. No, no. Anyway, yes, it's just, I'm just so this week. All right. No, I'm not crying. My eyes are just watering, as they do at various times. I promise you I'm not crying. Because I just
I,
assume to throw this look at you.
I believe you, but
Yes.
I'm also getting ready to say, well, bitch, if that's where we are and we get ready to cry
Oh
about it,
no,
then bitch,
bitch!
let's
I am not.
fucking
Listen,
cry about it.
listen, listen. If the girls got me crying in here, that means someone should be on their knees because somebody's about to get it. But anyway, no. So we are rolling out a new system. And so this week we are having this week and next, we're having what's called train the trainer. Because when we roll out the system, there's a bunch of us who are change agents who are going to be assisting the vendor that we had to do the training and help all of these people with the system. Now, this is training the trainers. And when I tell you that some of these groups, so if there's 30 train the trainers, that means there's 30 little groups of people that are going to be trained. Some of these groups are going to be ass out. Because so like the trainer, the woman that's leading the training is like, okay, so you go in the system, you hit this button, you put in some bullshit text. It don't have to make sense because this is all in the training environment. So you don't have to, you could just say test 1, test 2, test 3. You don't have to like worry about actual numbers and if the shit all is logical or whatever. You're just going through the motions so you can show others how to do it. And so she'll say, do this thing. And I'm like, okay, bloop, 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 bloop. She says, and then gives a thumbs up when you're done. So I'm like, bloop, bloop, test 1, test 2, enter. Bam. I'm good to go. How's everyone else doing? Where is the Wizard of Wiggly Bloop? Remember, we talked about the Wizard Wiggly Bloop yesterday. So this training is building. And so like the last thing you were supposed to do was hit submit on the Wizard Bloop, Wiggly Bloop. She literally said 5 times yesterday that the last thing you need to do in order to be ready for the training today is submit your WizGib Wiggly Bloop. And submitting it is literally just hitting the button that says submit. It's not like a complicated thing. It's right there. 35, she said there were 46 people in our training. Of that 46, 10 people hit the submit Wiggly Bloop. So she and her team had to do extra work so to create like artificial records in order to get everybody ready to go today, because if we had to wait on these dumbasses to get it done. So anyway, so we're doing it now. And then so here I am. I'm giving the thumbs up. I'd have moved. I'm sitting here. So most of this morning. And so remember, I am required to be in this training every morning, Monday through Thursday for the next 2 weeks. So I'm sitting here on my phone because I have completed the action. And then people are like, I don't see the record. I see. Well, so first of all, it's like I see like 500 records. How do I get to mine? Bitch, it's a fucking database. At the top of every field. So let's say there's 50 fields, horizontally. And at the top, it's not one big search bar. There is a search button at the top of every column. So if you've got a project and you name, and so they're like, Mr. Epic, what's your problem? Oh, well, I can't find my project. Okay, Mr. Epic. So just search for it. Well, how do I search for it? Bitch, you see that big ass box that's at the top of the project name? If you type in the word epic, it's going to start searching for everything with the word epic. And it's unlikely that there's any other project inside of the Camtar system named Epic's Test Project. Okay, so I've gotten into the project, Miss Trainer Lady. So, how do I get to the submit function again? Bitch! At the top. So, a database by design is supposed to have like standard shit, like at the top of the screen. So there's like a standard row of shit at the top, one of which is actions. So anytime you are supposed to do something, so if you're not filling out the field, if you got to submit or send it back or whatever, most likely it's going to be under actions. And people, it's the lack of intellectual curiosity for me, or even like play, because you can look at the data. You don't have to touch you don't have to click everything, but you can at least look at the drop down and see what the options are. And if Miss Trainer Lady has told you, Epic, to submit your record now that you have put in all of this information, where would you think you would go? It will be where you hit submit the last 15 times you've been asked to do this. The fuck?
See, you're using logic. Like
No, you use the L for loser, and that's what's going on here.
That's what I'm saying. But logic, like it don't. Like it's right.
So I'm just sitting here, and baby, so we all have to sign up to actually do the training with the peoples. And so I'm like, you know what? This will be the perfect way for me to go out on vacation. So I'm doing the training right before I go on vacation. So I'll be like, perfect, because it'll be like right before the holidays anyway. So the shit will be light, and yeah, Jesus fucking Christ, these girls was getting on my nerves, and I'm like, bitch, this is only day 3 of 8.
I got it. I got it.
So
listen, I just want to. I'm warning you all. My child has been feeling extra needy lately. She's getting on my nerves, so she's gonna pop in this camera, and it's getting on my nerve. I don't want to talk to you right now. Listen, if we're gonna talk about,
come on, give it to us.
Today was that day. Listen, I have told you all in no uncertain terms that the children at the Black Degree Factory, I often wonder if they're real people. Like, I often wonder if they're not just figments of my imagination, or if they're some television character that came to life. Like, I met a real life Hillary Banks. I've met a real life Carlton. Like, I've met all these people. I've met, I've even met, what was her name on Living Single? Kim, what was her character?
Regine.
Not Regine, but the other one. What's the name's cousin? Who's the
Sinclair.
second? Sinclair. I've read like real life Sinclairs and everything. So, okay. So, and maybe I'm looking at this in the wrong, not in the correct terms, but here's the thing. The Black Degree Factory works on a semester basis, and the Black Degree Factory is the same. It ain't changed. So what that means is, at the beginning of this year, which happens every time around the same time in August, and the year ends in May, you get to process your financial aid. Now, to be clear, you process your financial aid and start processing it January 1 of that year. So if you're coming in 2025, then by January, you should start and finish your financial aid. Okay, great. Of course, at the beginning of the year, motherfuckers don't want to do what they're supposed to do to get registered. And they want to do all types of ass backwards shit, and then they wind up being they got their ass handed to them in a sling because they can't do certain things, and then they press for time, and then they come to your office and your assistance, and it's up to you. It is, for the good of the people, you have to do all these things, and for the sake of the culture and all this other shit. And it's like, no,
girl,
bitch.
for the culture, you need to pay attention, girl. Shit.
Yeah, you just did what the fuck we tell you. And at the beginning of the year, I always have this conversation with students, and I always tell them, I was like, listen, we fighting at the beginning of this year because y'all trying to get registered in these classes and y'all trying to get your aid process. But here's what I want to tell y'all. Once you set your aid up for the year, it's set for the fall and for the spring. Like, right. That's it. You're done. Like, so if you come into this semester and you know that your bill ain't paid, but you just barely got registered and you fought to get registered, what the fuck did you think was going to happen in the next semester when you tried to get registered? Because you ain't paid that bill. You still got a bill from the beginning of the semester. If no aid is paid, then how the fuck you going to get registered? So here we are. It's time to register. Every motherfucker and they parents, their grandparents, their adoptive parents, their doulas, their motherfucking au pairs and everybody else want to come in and talk to you about, well, it's really imperative that, Saskatchewan gets for her classes because, she's graduating 2028 and we just want to make sure that she can get all of her classes taken care of. And, if we just
And you know what? I am aligned to Saskatchewan doing all of that. And all Saskatchewan has to do in order to make that happen is set up her financial aid and take care of the shit that she's supposed to take care of.
Set it and forget it. So my whole thing is, I get it. It's not easy for everybody, but there are some people that do it and it becomes a thing where they have so much of a refund that I'm looking at them like, God damn, how they get this refund? Like what? Like who gets a $15,000, $20,000 refund? Like who does all that? But hey, listen, you have your budget set up, whatever that is, but you've taken care of your balance. So you know what's going to happen in one semester is going to happen in the next semester. So now I got to fight you again to try to get you registered because you didn't do something that we told you to do at the beginning of the year, but it's my fault and it's for the good of the culture that Saskatchewan can't do what the fuck she's supposed to be doing. I cannot. And then it's the thing of the customer is always right, or the student is always right, or we should think of the student first, and we should fuck these goddamn students. They're getting on my nerves. Fuck them. Fuck them. That's where I'm at. Fuck them. They want to argue with you. They want to talk back with you. They want to listen. I actually feel like if I say, I've greeted people and I've said, hey, my name is Epic. What can I do for you today? What? Why you have to say it like that? Okay, my name is Epic. How can I help you? Well, I mean, did you have to say it like that?
Listen, bitch, I could not say that. Listen, child.
Say it like what? Like that's the, and so I just feel like, what the fuck are we talking about? So then that's the first point of contention. Then the other point of contention is trying to figure out what the fuck they ask him. Now, listen, if you are a freshman, I might give you a little bit of a pass. Well, I was told I got to come through here and do this thing because the thing wasn't, and there's a piece of and it wasn't, and I'm trying to here to get some help. Help with what? Well, I was told, my advisor told me, and then my dad, and then it's about what? Is it about a loan? Is it about a scholarship? Well, I don't know. It's, they said something about achievers. That's a scholarship. Okay, I don't know. Baby, this is your financial aid. You need to understand what this is. This is a bill that's in your name. But okay, let me try to help you. So then as I go through that, well, no, that's not what that is. Well, baby, I just tried to ask you questions. So you know what? Give me a second. Let me try to look at your account, see what possibly could be wrong. So while I'm trying to sit here and look at your account, then you want to say, excuse me. I have another question about this, that, and the other, why you're looking for that and other. I was like, hold up. You have 7 other questions probably, because I can see it all on your face. Let's get through the first question first. Then I'll come to your second and or any other subsequent questions after that. Well, I just figured I would just say, no. Let me just. So it's a constant battle like this all day long. And then if you have to tell them no, like for instance, right now, I'm just trying to get my hold lifted. Baby, you owe $21,000 right now. For this semester. And you want someone to lift your hold so you can get registered for this class. It's our fault that you didn't do what you were supposed to do at the beginning of the year to get your aid situated because you were just so excited about just getting on the campus and you got into class. You was like, fuck it, I'm in the semester. I ain't got to, but you knew the next semester was coming, but you didn't want to plan for that. But had you taken care of your shit at the beginning of the year, you wouldn't have these issues. When registration opened, you'd be able to open. But then also, when registration opens, it don't close until after the end of the ad drop period. So we are not even in the spring semester yet. It's open now. It's October. It ain't going to close until sometime in January. Well, I'm a graduating senior and, my classes are.
Baby, I'd be like, I don't know about none of that and don't give a shit.
From 10 a.m. until 5 p.m. today, I swear to God, I have heard that same scenario 172 different times. And then on top of that, we try to get some order to the way we handle the students and talk to them and address them. And we have a queue system where they sign in and we can keep a track of everything. I just have a quick question. There is no fucking quick question when it comes to
Because
anything.
that question is always some bullshit that they should probably know the answer to.
And more than likely, you're opening up another can of worms because everything else is interrelated. Right. If you're talking about, if you get selected for a process called verification, maybe none of your aid is paid over. But see, they'll approach you and say, I'm having problems with my account. Well, what's the problem? None of my aid is paid over. Okay, well, let's see what's going on. Oh, you didn't finish the verification process. I don't know what that is. You mean all 70 of those emails that came to you that said from this particular organization, you didn't see any of those? Well, I wasn't quite sure what to do because they said, listen. So every day, it has been a constant. I'm so tired of these grown-ass children babies that don't, and I'm trying to keep a blank face because y'all know my face can't hide shit.
No.
I'm trying to keep a blank face. I'm trying to keep a professional face. I'm trying to keep and you think that it's just the students. No! My colleagues from other departments want to call and ask you 15 questions about some bullshit. If I told you, Dominion, that as of October 29th at 9:00 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I am canceling out all the things that had anything that had your name attached to it. Why would you call me and ask me, hey, can we extend that? No. We talked about this 3 months ago, and we had this in plan. We talked about this. We've advertised this to everybody else, and now you want to change this, so we're going to do at the 11th hour. Well, I just feel like, sir, what I'm going to do is what we initially discussed, which was on this date, cancel out all of these things. Well, maybe you could put them around in this. So now you're trying to tell me how to do my job or the part that I have to do for you.
Right.
I'm fighting every day nonsense over stuff. And people that always do shit like, well, I have a student here and I just want to, I just had a quick question for them. They said that something was wrong with their loan. They were saying they weren't able to accept it. If they weren't able to accept it, it's probably because they weren't offered a loan, or the loan that they were offered is provisional. And that means that they need to go and apply for one. So where do they go and apply for one? If they hover over top of that, it'll tell them where to go and apply.
These are all people that work in your office, right?
These are all people that work for the university and other offices, and they want to try to be helpful to the student. What you can do is just send them over to our office. Stop trying to help them, because I don't want you to get wrapped up in something and you promise them something. I'm telling you, just send them over. Well, I just figured since I was here. Stop figuring shit. Send them over here. If they have an issue with your shit, I send them over to you. I don't try to answer the question. I'm sending them over to you. Nope, that's not our issue. You going over to that person. Nope, because I don't want to tell you anything wrong. Nope. So today was just
I as a rule try to stay in my lane.
People don't. I keep trying to, and I feel like it's just me, because maybe I'm not in the. I don't know if I'm just in a bad mood. I don't know what. I've been in a bad mood for what, 52 years or 54 years, something. I don't know. I've been in a bad mood. What the fuck? The shit.
I've just been in a very bad mood for 45 years.
I mean, what the fuck? So Saskatchewan can't get registered. Saskatchewan ain't eligible for no motherfucking aid. Saskatchewan ain't gonna be able to graduate in the next 3 semesters because they didn't do what the fuck they were supposed to do for the other 9 semesters they was here.
Poor thing.
Whatever.
And it's all your fault. I mean, if you would just, help Saskatchewan out, she could have.
Right. If I just did it for culture, if I just did it for the culture, if I just made myself useful, I would be able to help them. Oh, okay. If I just lift their holes so they can go ahead and create another $20-something thousand balance, but let them register and then not have a bill, but then they want to come back and ask me, do y'all have any money that can help me with my bill? You mean the bill that you created when you should have paid the old bill? Okay.
That bill?
And listen, I don't want to talk about work too much often, but listen, Grace know what I'm talking about, because Grace here, Grace, if I'm lying, please say something that I'm lying, because I swear for God, nobody believes me. And even Grace didn't believe me until she actually saw it face to face, firsthand, happening in real live time action. Because if I'm lying, because I felt like she thought I was exaggerating, and she even said it. She's like, "Well, it wasn't that bad." No, girl, this is how it is. But
Right.
I'm gonna get over it because the day is over, and I have a nice glass of wine and some, some television, and I got my child to play with me for a minute. But yeah, that today was definitely that day because we just got over that bullshit a couple months ago. Now we're back in registration, so I feel like we're fighting for a lot. I was like, this is ridiculous. And then on top of all of that, I go have a conversation with my boss. This chick makes me feel like I'm the cause of what may or may not happen because I'm trying to give you a heads up about something he noticed when I asked, trying to be proactive to get to all these motherfucking people that's waiting for us to be available for them. But okay, all right, here we go. So she's gonna fuck around, and I'm getting ready to, because I've been coughing. She's gonna fuck around.
I mean, sometimes you just,
But I'm trying to hold my ground, trying to stand my ground. But this is where we are. So that's why my black ass wanted to cancel this motherfucker. Because I'm listen, I felt like Kelly Price. I'm tired.
Tired of the way they treat me. Tired. Well, there are no guilty feelings, but
oh no, I'm like, I don't know. No. I don't no. I don't have any guilty feelings. I don't.
Yes.
So yeah, that's where I am. But I'm here. So we gonna walk it through. So, but that's been the week for me.
I wanna so this weekend I started the renovation of the basement space. So that's why I saw Josh and Trayvon and so I made I used my favorite appliance, the slushy machine, and I made strawberry daiquiris. And then I had this bright idea to add a little sweet Italian cream, non-dairy creamer, and baby.
So listen, I ain't gonna blow up his spot or nothing like that. But all I'm gonna tell you is that motherfucking slushy machine is the answer. So if anybody's coming,
it is the answer to questions I didn't even know I had.
That is the answer. The answer. Yeah. Oh, that was lavender. It was a lavender.
Well, yeah, it was lavender
vodka something or whatever.
Yeah, it was a lot. It was a lot going on, but it was delicious.
It was very.
Yeah, I've been doing a lot. And so while we were out partying, we were out chilling. Oh, and so we went to dinner after we finished day one because this is a multi-day project. So they'll be coming back weekend after next to get some more work done.
Okay.
We went to Longhorn Steakhouse, and our waiter had this big old booty and these long eyelashes. Baby, I was about to be like, oh no. I was like, no, I dropped my handkerchief. But while we were there, we got to talking, and I can't remember who brought it up, but someone showed this thing from an app, which we won't name. Can you see my screen though?
I can see your screen, but since this is this the one that starts with T or S? Because I can't see what that. I can see the screen. I just can't really read what's going on. Let me make this a little bit bigger on my side.
Yeah. So this is an app whose name rhymes with
Tiffany.
Tiffany's. Yes, it sort of rhymes with Tiffany's. So the girls are saying outstanding bathroom for cruising. The bathrooms are located in a secluded corner. Stand back a little from the urinals. And then, so you're scrolling down. So that's on the left-hand side. On the right-hand side, you see people responding. And then someone says, as one of the managers here, it's not secluded. Plus, we won't let you in unless you have a ticket. And because we are on YouTube, I had to put a little circle around his picture because Trayvon, the manager that works at this particular establishment, changed his picture, so his whole backside is out and functional. So he's letting you know that while they may not let you in unless you have a ticket, but once you get in, you can get in. So yeah.
That's cute. That's cute, cute, cute.
Yeah, you gays are always forever and always carrying on. So
Well, I
before
mean,
we
that's what
yeah,
we do.
it is what we do.
Mm-hmm.
Before we go further, I want to say thank you to everyone for joining us. And then so that was on Saturday, and on Sunday, I I had a play session that I was looking forward to. This
Baby, because that message, I was like, ooh. But go ahead. Go.
It was a whole waste of my time. Once again, the kids have all these ideas and these things that they want to do and how they want to get done and blah blah blah. And he want to be treated rough, like Ella Fitzgerald said, treat me rough, all of this other shit. So I'm like, yes, I know that he's new, so I mean, I'm not gonna treat him like rough like we was at the play party at Blackout rough. But we got into it a little bit. And
you're getting soft in your old age. What are you talking about?
Man, he said he wanted to be treated rough. So, I grabbed the back of his head and pushed it down, and he started tearing up and everything. And that shit just turned, and it started gagging and shit. And I was like, yeah. And then he was like, I need to stop. I need to take a break. All right. So then he said, he talked all this shit about all the stuff that he wanted done to his butthole. So great. But he did say, so it's my fault. It's 100% my fault.
So we're going, that was my fault? Okay. It's not you, it's me. Okay.
It's 100% my fault. And here's why. Because I knew that he said that he didn't have a ton of experience, but he said that he was tight back there and it was going to take some time to get open. And then he also does that thing where he wants you to walk through everything that we are going to do. And I'm like, maybe I'm not writing you a fucking novel, but I'm gonna give you some round parameters. So we're going to talk about negotiation, safe words, things that you're into, things that you might be into, things that you 100% are not into, and also things like he was like, why, what does the inspection entail? And I said, it's making sure that you cleaned out properly. And he was like, what do you mean by clean out? I should have said, this has been lovely. No. So it didn't go like you think it's going to go.
But for me, that's a red flag, because it's like, well, baby, what else are you? Nah, I'm
right.
Out.
And so that's what I should have done, because when he said that, I was like, and he said that he had just gotten out of like a really long-term, like multi-year relationship, and he don't have all this experience, and then some other things like his ethnicity and everything. I was like, and then because he was like, yeah, I want to do all this other stuff, and I was like, yeah, so I'm having this party at the end of the year, maybe you come and serve and all this other stuff. He was like, well, I'm very discreet, nobody I can listen. I was like, oh, okay. So that last relationship was with a woman, and so now, for whatever reason, that relationship ended. So now you're trying to sow your wild bisexual gay oats or whatever. But then when he said he didn't know anything about cleaning out, I was like, okay, girl, so we're going to start at the basics. Now, he was very clean.
I'm sorry, I'm still stuck on the bisexual word, but let me stop. I'm sorry, because it is a real thing. But okay.
Is a thing, but I mean,
I'm just going to quote my girl Carrie from Sex and the City. When she said, she said, aren't squirrels and rats the same thing? She said,
she said, what?
She said, isn't a squirrel the same thing as a rat, but with a fur coat?
Exactly. And so we get in. So, after I didn't make him cry, but if someone is forcing a dick in and out of your mouth, you know, you could get a couple of tears. So, you know, and I was really turned on. I was like, let's go. And then so we moved to the bed, and
Oh, Desmond, that sounds so butch. Like, what are we doing? What are we doing?
give him one Olay concussion and some meat. One old concussion and some meat. That was exactly what I was doing. I was like, ugh, and he was like, and tears and everything. I was like, this is what you said you wanted. I am giving you a soft version of what you said you wanted, because ask my slave how I can get if we really wanted to get into some rough, you know, oral play. So then we moved to the bed, and I pulled, because he said he was tight. You know, I started with a couple of fingers, and then I pulled out the smallest toy. And
your favorite, the little favorite one?
Oh no, girl, because you should ask the boy and the slave what happened to them that one time when the boy came for a visit in Baltimore, and they lost my toy. They lost the prostate pounder, and you know,
so maybe that's what, because I haven't seen you with it in
no, I'm not using it. It's you know, some hotel maid found it, because when I got back home, and you know, I'm putting stuff away, I was like, where's the prostate pounder?
Because I'm okay, all right. Now
but I have other toys, and so I use the smallest toy.
But that was one of your faves. That was the fave, or one of the faves.
And so he's like, Right, and then,
yeah, video. Oh, sorry.
And then so I gave him the meats. I'm like, Arby's, we have the meats. And so I gave him the meats, and after like 10 strokes, he was like, huh, I need to take a break. This is too much. I can't. I mean, and this is not a humble brag. I am not trying to pretend like, you know, I'm Cutler X or anything like that. But suffice it to say,
like, hey, put it in your mouth. Put it in your mouth. Put it in your mouth.
Right. Suffice it to say, after, you know, minimal butt stuff, he was like, I just need to take a break. I'm overwhelmed. And then he was like, yeah, I think I'm going to need to call it quits. And I knew what was going to happen. And we said hello, you know, in passing on Telegram that Sunday evening, because he was like, I got to go back to work or whatever. I have not heard from him since. And I'm not going to put any energy into it, because, listen, he was cute enough that I was totally fine that he didn't have a ton of experience, because we all got to sort of start somewhere. And, right, you know, frankly, you know, an enthusiastic amateur,
they can
be quite fun.
Yeah, they can be fun.
But what you have to do, you got to be able to put up, you know, you can't, your mouth, your body, and your butthole has to be able to cash the check that your words on Telegram and Grindr have written. And again, I was, you know, I understand that he was new, so I wasn't, you know, I pulled out the whip because he said he liked all of that stuff. But I wasn't whipping him like I whipped Avatar at Blackout. I was just like, you know. And so he did like the spanking, but even that, you could tell that after like 3, because at first he was like, yeah, oh daddy. But then after like 5 swats, he was like, so you could see his whole, like, over time, see his whole, like, maybe I'm not as into this as I think. And I was like, well, girl, we are just.
We ain't even get started. We're looking at the agenda.
Right, girl. I am giving you the light charcuterie board version of all of these things. So exactly, Lola, your mouth, your body, and your butthole must be in alignment. And
Listen,
I'm not mad at him. I'm really not mad at him. But this is a PSA for all of you people out there, male bodied, female bodied, young, old, whatever, but who are new to kink. Be honest about what your level of experience and interest truly is. Because if you come to someone like Master Dominion or Sir Epic or Madam Lola, because don't get it twisted.
listen, because let's be clear. Some of the women or female body people that I have seen get the fuck and I'm telling you, my mind was blown. We talked about the punches. Did I talk about the punches that time?
Yeah, when I can't remember who it was, but they were punching Imzel.
Yeah, it was Sim. It was at MAL. And I said, what the fuck is the punching for? She said,
that was a separate thing. I'm thinking of a separate. I know what you're talking about, but I was thinking something earlier. But yes, keep going.
Okay. Yeah, but she was like, it's the vibration. And I was like, vibration.
Lola, do not pull out that old, Paulina pure pussy shit with us. We know. And we know that you know. And we know that you know that we know that you know that we know.
Now we get ready to get your new name instead of Lola. It's gonna be PPP. That's what we doing.
Paulina pure pussy.
PPP. Okay, come on.
But yeah, so it was disappointing because I was looking forward to having some fun with them. But as with anything, whenever someone comes over, I'm always like, if they flake out, I could always have a V8.
Bitch, let me tell you something. Let me tell you what I have learned in these baby. The cost that we pay,
in these here streets,
out in here in these streets, but the cost that we pay for, I don't know, Hulu, Netflix, Paramount, Prime, whatever it is, baby. I if you flake out, baby, I'm good. I got stuff to do. And listen, half the time I don't even turn that shit on. I'll be sitting there looking at my phone, just going up and down through the tickety talks or whatever else I'm going to go through, and just be like, I'm entertained, baby. I am good.
Right.
I'm good.
So it was annoying, but I honestly am not mad at that young man because
you're a little disappointed, maybe.
I'm certainly disappointed, and bitch, I done haul shit up from the basement. I done got it all laid out all beautifully to see, show him everything that we could do. And he was talking about, he needed a daddy and he wanted someone to train him. And I was like, well, girl, I got in like 10 good strokes and you was already tapping out. But you talk about you want to be fisted.
Yeah.
And Desmond, he didn't know anything about cleaning out, but it wasn't that he wasn't clean. Because baby, I don't put my tongue on a plate that ain't clean.
I'm putting you up here in timeout, Desmond. I'm putting you in fucking timeout.
This is why they couldn't SNAP benefits.
Your ass is in timeout. Your ass is in timeout.
Right. And so, when we started having that conversation, because, he's also looking for someone to mentor him in this world. And I was like, listen, you want to know these things because you're going to show up on the date and, the diet may not always be given what you thought it was gave. And, you need to have prepared. So I had the shower shot ready to show him and everything. I was ready to give him a whole kink 101, and he tapped out at the very beginning of the class. So,
he tapped out looking at the syllabus. That's what he did.
Bitch.
Or was he looking at the course description in
the orientation? This wasn't even 101. This was the orientation. Because, in the orientation, sometimes they give you like a little tasting of the, what's going to happen. But then when you get ready for one-on-one, you're supposed to know certain things, even what they call it. There was algebra, but then it was pre-algebra. You haven't even completed the pre-algebra syllabus.
Yeah.
So, I'm going to have to figure out how I want to do this, because I get, I am, you and we are of an age where these young kids want to come and they want daddies and they want sirs, and they done seen shit on the interwebs, but again, their holes and their mouths are not aligned to all of the shit that their brain has said. Like, like their holes be like, bitch. What?
You want me to do what? Like, bitch, what?
I beg your pardon, because all you got to do is be up here and be pleased. I'm the one doing all of the work, bitch. The fuck?
Yeah.
What you mean you want a whole fist?
Listen,
bitch, you wits when you try to put that one finger in your side yourself, girl.
That part.
Yeah, the prelude scared him, and if he didn't know how to clean out, he wasn't there. No, he was not. I mean, like I said, I do not put my tongue on a plate that ain't clean. Because here's what I do. So I'm gonna tell y'all what happened. This is what happened. So there's, the kids always get the same thing. You're gonna come in, and as soon as the door closed, you're gonna take off all your clothes, and then you are going to kneel with your forehead pressed to the ground, ass up, for inspection. And since I knew that he didn't know anything about cleaning out, you best believe the first inspection I did was like okay, but then, something can be lurking. And I have long fingers. Then you got to do the whole thing.
So listen, you're good.
It was good. And it was fine.
Good.
And if it hadn't been fine, because I knew that I was in play mode but also teaching mode, we would have immediately decamped upstairs to the shower, and we would have immediately gone over that. But since it wasn't there, we went through all of that. But that's the regimen, or that's the rule for any sub that comes over to the house, until we play like a lot, and then it's sort of, whatever, because that ritual gets you like in headspace. It's, okay, I got to take off all of my clothes and toot my ass up for inspection. That sort of gets you in the mindset of some shit that is about to. That's how you get a mustache.
How you get a mustache.
But yeah, and so so I was in a mindset to teach, but a number of times I have met these young kids who say that, and not even so young, just people who have seen shit on the interwebs and like, I could do that. That's what their mind said. My mind's telling me yes, but my body.
But my
body's saying me, bitch, you lost your goddamn
You have lost your motherfucking mind, bitch. You think I'm getting ready to? That's what your butthole said.
Exactly right. Well, and even your mouth is like, what?
Like, I'm
like your mouth is like, bitch, I don't even like hot dogs like that. What the fuck are you talking about?
And then you get them motherfucking big old, like the kielbasas and everything. Listen, nope.
Right. But and so, fine. I ain't got to worry about him at all. What I need, what I need?
What
I need someone 45 or 50 who has kept their body up, because I can be the only, I'm the fat bitch in this scenario. So, I need some tight-bodied 50-year-old who knows what he's doing and is kinky as hell. That's what I need.
I mean, listen, you better you put it out into the universe. Listen, this is what they're going to. Put it out into the universe. That's what you're gonna get.
That's what I'm doing. But
So
anyway, so that was my week. And this weekend, we have our Halloween party at the Baltimore
Indeed.
Eagle on Saturday, starting at 10 p.m. $20. You can
Yes,
come on
indeed.
out and see me do my famous harmonica gag trick. So Scrappy is going to be my demo bottom. You know, he gives good scenes, so that's going to be good.
Scrappy gives good theatrics.
Exactly.
I
The
don't know
only person who gives better theatrics is Otter.
Well, I don't know, because I've never seen Otter as a demo bottom in a scene. But I will say, depending on what the item is, because I saw Electro play with 007 and Gray. And when I tell you Gray was giving me James Brown, like, oh.
I feel good.
Yeah, he was sliding across the room. He was like,
baby.
Like it was like, I was like, oh, bitch. But listen,
yeah.
So I died.
So that should be a fun evening. So hopefully as many of you all as can come out. And, you know, it's the Baltimore Eagle. It is open to everybody. So it's not.
You got your money, come on in.
Exactly. It is not just a space for gay men. It is a space for all people and not even just kinky people. So it is going to be a fun Halloween shindig function.
So bring your ass. Come on through. Bring your ass. Come on.
All right.
You might actually see some ass or even taste some ass, or you might even get to touch some ass. So who knows?
Right. And speaking of kinky stuff.
Do you know what giraffing is? Giraffing is when somebody can squeeze their whole head into a vagina. Would you not put your head in somebody's vagina if you could?
Why is that giraffing?
Don't ask me. It's just called giraffing. Why is anything called anything? Fucking stop pissing on me segments. Giraffing. This makes my eyes water. Can't lie.
Yeah.
But V, my love, there's a name for what you want to do, and it's called giraffing.
First of all, I absolutely love her, and I love her haircut. Like, I love it. I fucking love it. And the accent and everything, like, I feel like she would be like, she reminds me of, she puts me in mind of the type, what's her face? Well, I don't know if they're together anymore, but Patty and
those people, won't call those names.
Right, those people, yeah.
We can call her name, but not the partner, because...
Well, right, that's what I'm saying. I was like,
She's heterosexual now.
Well, that person, the energy that she gives is
person, I'm just saying.
The energy that she gives me was what I got from them from Patty at that time with her partner at the time. And I still love seeing when I bump into her. Like, I enjoy that. So that energy, and I enjoy that. Plus, like I said, I like the haircut too. So I was like, all right, I'm on it. I'm like, all right, I would do that white woman haircut as a white woman. Absolutely. Well, I'm doing it.
And they call it giraffing because if you've ever seen a giraffe being born, that's exactly what it looks like. And, you know, you see that big ass head just pop out. That's also reminds me, a mutual friend of ours refers to someone who is very tall, who is tall as giraffe pussy.
Giraffe pussy. Mm-hmm. Giraffe
Maybe.
Pussy. Mm-hmm. It's way up.
I'm just going to say there was some giraffe pussy at Blackout that I wanted to get up onto a step stool and wear out.
Can we talk about Blackout from the standpoint of, like, bitch, there was a part of me that it was like, I was happy to see all the people that I knew. And then I was also happy to see some of the people that I've been chatting with online who I've seen them. And then there was some people I know at all. But baby, somewhere in the middle, bitch, I got my stinking life. Like, just listen, I'm gonna need everybody to attend at least one Blackout in their lives. Because when I tell you, if you go in there with any issues around your person and how you feel and how you look, by the time you leave, baby, walking out like, bitch, listen, I'm gonna go ahead on and put this motherfucking lotion on, and I'm gonna stand out here on this sidewalk like Madonna with this sign, with nothing on, trying to get a taxi cab, naked. Baby, I felt good. Felt amazing. Just being around good people, and you know, we're able to just talk about stuff, and then, you know, all the extra. You tell me, you tell me I'm cute. You tell me I'm adorable. You tell me I'm, listen, I'm like, so listen. I had a good time. Some of them motherfuckers, I'm gonna keep in touch with on a regular,
for sure,
on a regular basis.
Oh, down.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Next up. Oh, that's gotta hurt.
All right, that's enough. That's enough. That's enough.
I mean, what is there to say? I mean, get your life, bitch.
Listen, she was concentrating. That's what she was like. She was like, wait. Okay, all right. Mm-hmm.
Right.
She was concentrating. Mm-hmm.
And speaking of getting your life, I don't know who this young man is, but I feel like I need to meet him.
777-9311.
She got a lot going on in the front and the back.
And in the back. And everything looks good, well packaged and proportioned. And it looks like it's cute. And it can holler and hit a note.
Yeah. Trayvon said, play it one more time.
Right.
My God, today. Ooh, my goodness.
Let me get my glasses. Can we get that one more time? Let me get my glasses out. Hold. Let me get. Okay, please hold. Let me get my glasses. I want to make sure I get into. Okay. Okay. Can we see it again?
Eccentric said he has a meaty tuck.
It really was. But just for research purposes.
Okay, hold on. We don't need to hear the music because we're not trying to get. But yeah, she got a pretty face too.
Yeah, that's about a 34 by 32. Yeah. Okay.
Baby, but them hips is a good 40.
That's no. That's a 34 by 32. That's the size pants that is. Because yep. Trust me on that one.
My goodness. Yes. And so for our last thing, this is going to be a bit of a conversation.
HIV positive or negative? Let's get into the questions. Let's get into things of the things. Not a deal breaker. I'm just asking.
Maybe ask a question that's more like about me.
I feel like that's too easy for me. So I want to get to know you more. So, go ahead.
Yeah, so explain that question.
So for me, like, I can see somebody and I can tell they being honest with me or not. So there are certain questions that I'm going to ask to see if you're going to be honest or not. That's all. I'm heavy on the honesty. You got to get me with honesty first. And everything else is just a given.
Go ahead. Talk amongst yourselves, because I don't know how I feel.
So first of all, his presumption is that he's asking that question because the presumption is that people are going to lie and he can tell if they're lying or not. And so a couple of things. You equals you, undetectable equals untransmittable. So if someone is HIV positive and taking their meds, they should be getting to a point where they are undetectable and therefore untransmittable.
Mm-hmm.
You should be on PrEP as a gay man or as a human being. I'm sorry, it's not even as a gay man. As a human being, you should be on PrEP. So even if that person is HIV positive and not on their meds, your chances of contracting HIV are drastically lower. And on top of that, if you're so concerned about that, then wear a condom. But he doesn't want to do all of that. He is the gay version of the straight man who tries to put the entire onus of birth control on the woman and make it sound like, well, why wouldn't you want birth control? It was like, well, why didn't you pull out or wear a condom or get a vasectomy if you're so fucking worried about that? But I
have so many different things to say about that because number one, I feel like it's rude.
It's rude as shit.
I feel like, especially in an open setting, and you
are
not having
one of those dumbass balloon pop shows,
right? Like open setting, several people. Some people may not even be comfortable with that. Some people may not want to share any of that. Some people may not even want to talk about it in general, wherever they stand on on either side. I feel like on this show, I think as a producer or something, I'd have been like, whoa, hold up. We're not going to violate no FERPA stuff. We're not putting this shit out. No. I felt like it had been some.
They don't know. None of those producers or any of those shows know enough because these are not MTV productions. This isn't Real Housewives. This is just a bunch of Negroes, with a camera or iPhone or something doing this shit. It's also an entirely inappropriate question to be asking in a group like that, because regardless of the answer to the question means nothing, because if they are HIV positive, then they know that, which means that they're likely taking their meds, which should get them to a status of undetectable, which means they are untransmittable. So, as I just said, simultaneously, you should be on PrEP and or using condoms if that is such a thing for you. Because he said the answer doesn't matter. I just want to see if people are telling the truth. You have no way of actually knowing if that person is telling the truth. Bitch, you ain't no fucking psychic.
Listen, right, eccentric. If we're about to have a time, then I can ask that question. I feel like that's appropriate. Like, listen, if we get ready, but listen, everybody's different, and I maybe I'm just we're of an age where it's just like, bitch, if you are taking care of yourself, why the fuck are you concerned? See, I think that's part of the issue. When people don't take care of themselves, you're not doing what the fuck you need to do to take care of yourself, regardless of what you're doing. That's the problem. That is that's the larger problem for me. And honestly speaking, I think now that when I'm thinking about it, as he's asking that question, for me, it feels like, so are you trying to bug chase, or are you trying to say that you are not taking care of yourself and you have other things that's going on as well? Like, is HIV just the least of your worries? Like, are you walking around here and have some like incurable case of like syphilis or gonorrhea or something, or you got warts or whatever? And none of these things make you a good or a bad person. But my whole point is, the way you're asking this question and you're putting these questions out there, you're trying to position yourself in a position of power. And I don't know if I like that.
Exactly. And, real talk, I honestly don't even ask those questions much anymore. And here's why. I am on injectable PrEP, which requires me every 2 months to get an HIV shot. And since I'm already getting an HIV shot, I get the full STI panel every 2 months. So HIV, gonorrhea, syphilis, herpes simplex 10, all of that shit, I get that every 2 months.
Right.
And so I'm never more than 60 days beyond my last negative test for all sexually transmitted infections and HIV. On top of that, I take my doxypep. So, girl, everything. I mean, I am generally not interested. And y'all know, y'all have heard this show. I love an old horse market where the cum dump got 15 loads in him. So, and I know what that requires. That requires me to be in charge of my health. So I don't generally even ask those questions. I feel like it's not even something that I like. If I meet somebody online, I don't even look at that on their profile anymore because it doesn't matter to me, whatever it is that they say.
Because you're doing what it is that you need to do to protect yourself, regardless. And listen.
And on top, speaking of which, I'm going to get my next test is on.
Mine is the 14th of November because I'm 2 weeks out from I go November 14th.
Right, I'm a week and 2 days out from my next test, and I've mentioned emailed my the nurse practitioner or physician assistant who does the actual stuff. I was like, so since I'm here, bitch, can I get that monkeypox vaccine? She was like, you know what? That makes a lot of sense. So we're gonna do that. So baby, I stays on top. Now, you know what? That is a privilege. I want to be clear that is a privilege. Everybody doesn't have. I live in a huge major metropolitan area. All of my doctors are part of George Washington University Medical Faculty Associates. And not only am I part of that larger system, but my infectious disease doctor, which is where the HIV care comes from, is one of those doctors that participates in the study. That's how I got on the injectable PrEP study. So I'm always working with a care team that is on the cutting edge of shit. So now that there is a new, monkeypox has made a resurgence and there's a new vaccine out to deal with the latest strains, I was like, well, girl, let me go ahead and get this shit together.
Baby, listen. So between COVID, monkeypox, every other damn shot, baby, listen. Every time I go for a doctor, I feel like, God damn, I just been bled dry like fire. And
right.
Then but hey, I walk out there knowing, listen, I got another motherfucking 2 months to go do it.
Get it in. Hey, baby, I be timing it because after when we do the shot, she'll be like, all right, so the window is blah blah blah, and I'm like, okay, great.
14 days. You keep trying to count them 14 days,
right? Well, the 2 months, and I'll be like, okay, so, perfect. This is right before I got to go to Florida.
Listen, I know now. Even though I didn't schedule it, but I know if I go on the 14th, I won't go until after I come back. So that means that I can still go down and carry on when I come back.
Because baby, let me tell you, if I carry on at all, I will 100% have I got a full prescription of doxypep. I probably will get a refill in case, you or anybody else needs a couple of pills or whatever. So I'm always ready.
And it's so awful. I didn't think I was gonna be this guy, but it's so awful. In my room, I have a drawer that has like what you need. Like, let me go through the bottles. Okay, I got some of this, got some of that. But okay, everybody's
right.
Listen, yeah.
So what stories you got for us, Puddin'?
I have no stories for you all other than the story of my life being a shitty day today, and that's where the fuck I am.
That is totally fine. We have been doing this for an hour and 10 minutes, and that is perfectly fine. So, I think so. What's coming up in the next couple of weeks?
We do have, which is what I was texting you about. We do have some people that we have. So I want to make sure that you guys stay tuned over the next month or so, because we have a couple people that we're gonna have as guests on the show. And one of the things that Dominion and I talked about was having other people or guests on the show that are representative of who we are or what the show is, or just people that we feel like you should know. And they usually will probably fall somewhere on that BGKH spectrum because they're all human. Well, we haven't had any non-humans yet, so we'll figure that out. But they're either black or gay or kinky or all the above, and also they are
multiple combinations of
combinations of. So we're going through some of the different people that have been around, at least for me, that are important. So we have Racine. We've had some conversations and having guests to come on. I don't want to say until they have sent me their headshots.
Exactly. So, but let's just say we have some things in the works.
I have 3 people right now on the tip of my tongue that I want to say, but I'm about to hold off on. That's what I'm but I had conversations with all 3 of them, and 2 of them said yes, and the other one said, "Let me check. I got to check my schedule for this specific date." So yes, we are lining some stuff up, and we're trying to. It's going to happen sooner than later, but definitely stay tuned. So when we start advertising, I want you all to tune in because it's going to be really, really, really important for you guys to again tune in, show them some love, because we want them to not only come back, but we want to also bring some other people on. So we want to start. If there are people that you guys can think of that we need to have on the show, because there's some YouTubers, there's some people even in our super fans. So I'm gonna go ahead and be selfish because like Spill It Boy, he's an author, he's a YouTuber, he's an entrepreneur, he makes clothes, he's a designer, he does drag, he's done so again, there are tons of people that are in our lives and in our circles that do things. I mean, he just happens to be the brother, so I'm just gonna get whatever. But then we also have other people that other professions. We have other people doing other things. So we have DJs and we have other artists and creative people. We have people that are doing stuff within the community. So we're trying to bring them out and expose them to you all. And if you haven't been, and some of you will probably know who they are. But again, I'm just gonna hold off and I'm gonna hold my tongue on that. But be on the lookout within the next 2 weeks. For some advertisements of some of the people that are coming to the show. So I just want to set you guys up for that. And I want to also respond to Lola. I saw that she put a comment in the chat and was saying, "Thank you guys for showing up tonight." Listen, Lola, I really needed that today because today has been a day. So I really appreciate that. And like I said, I'm not bullshitting. When I just had this text message in this conversation with Dominion, I was like, "Bitch, I really don't feel like this bullshit." But I'm glad I did it because it put me in a little bit of a different headspace. So I feel good about that. But I just want to thank y'all again for just tuning in. But stay tuned because we have some other stuff coming up. And I didn't mean to cut you off, Ben. You had some stuff that you were saying. I'm sorry.
No, all I was going to say was thank you. And before we go, I feel like we deserve one more view.
Okay, all right. Okay. But I enjoyed how the light off of the camera was just in certain spots and everything else. So it was good for me. It was definitely good for me. But like I said, that's a 34, about a 32. It might be a 30 length, but I feel like that's a good 34. It's a good 34. Yeah, that's a good 34 waist. I can work with that.
Right.
I would appreciate if it was like a 36 or 38 or maybe even a good solid 40. But I can.
Gotcha.
I can work with it.
Well, all right, kids. It has been lovely as always, and we look forward to seeing you next week.
Yes, indeed. It is going to be. I hope everyone has a great week. I hope everyone has a great weekend. Hopefully, we'll see you all this weekend at the Baltimore Eagle for the Onyx party at the Iniquity at the Baltimore Eagle.
Yes.
So I hope to see you all there. And if not, we'll have a time and we'll talk about that too. But yeah. So again, thank y'all so much.
Wait a minute. Play with your kitty. Oh, I was like, oh, that's right. He has a cat. My bad.
That's that. Okay. All right.
I mean, we family. Shit. We ain't got to pretend.
It's all right. It's okay. It's all right. Okay. All right.
All right, loves. Thank y'all for coming out. God bless you and good night. Mwah.